Alright, this is day one of cycling. It's been the toughest start I could have possibly asked for. I woke up with a flu and I had to sleep basically all day until 2-3 p.m. nearly. Wasn't hungry, just really have some tea. Luckily my mom took good care of me and just dropped some heavy medication which made me now go onto the road, and it is super rewarding. I'm currently in Stanley Park, just outside of downtown Vancouver, and it's such a treat just starting, rolling downhill, and then arriving in this beautiful park. As you can see behind me, it's nice old trees. It's really spring vibes. The grass is fully covered, or the patches are fully covered in some flowers, so that's gorgeous. Yeah, it's a tough start definitely, but it's been already really rewarding to come outside and just push through it. Yeah, later on I'll actually head to the ferry and take the ferry from there to Vancouver Island, which is my first night's camping of the trip. Wow, so I'm super lucky with how beautiful of a day it is. Currently here on Marine Drive heading to Horseshoe Bay, and really enjoying the scenic views, beautiful old trees, the spring blossom. It's such a blessing, really nice.
This is my new friend Hayden and his lovely dog Willie. I met Hayden on the ferry to Vancouver Island, and he spontaneously invited me to join him and his friends to their annual friend gathering in Tofino. So I joined them and had a beautiful time out in nature, delicious food, and just a fun adventure.
Oh yeah, Rainforest, here we come. Alright, and here another nice example of why they call this the Rainforest. There's ferns everywhere. You can see all the trees are covered in moss. Super lush and beautiful. Here we are on Cathedral Trail. 800-year-old trees. Let's see how they look like. Alright, looks like we're looking at Douglas firs over here. They become up to 85 meters tall. They look like this. Pretty massive. Also super nice that I can just cycle this trail. Alright, I was just gifted this little Buddha. 3D printed by some nice people of the Buddha Project. And yeah, they're taking pictures with these little Buddhas everywhere and just take them with them afterwards to leave no trace, which I really love. And they just decided to give that one to me. Super sweet. I'll see if I can somehow fix it onto my bike.
All the cycling you've just seen happened on the second day of my adventure, and now I'd like to invite you to my very first camping spot. Enjoy! Now, let us continue the cycle.
So this is definitely the kind of picnic spot I was looking for today. Wow. That's how quick you can lose your breakfast to a bald eagle. That's super unfortunate. Okay, back on the hunt we go. So I just found the cat lover's paradise with unicorns and fairies and cats everywhere. It's absolutely lovely. Such a creative form of making a little cat hotel, I think it is. Super fun. There's a little entrance fairy. Back there, a hockey cat. Oh yeah. Super fun. So I was just talking to the artist and owner, and she told me that yeah, her inspiration for making all of these beautiful statues was actually because she could only have little advertisement signs for a cat hotel, and then people started being interested in the art that she was doing. She made more and more. In former times she was a ballet dancer and a swimmer, and that's really represented in the beautiful female fairies that she's making. They often have a ballet or a swimming theme, and she makes them all out of chicken wire and just little pliers. She was able to show me how she does that, and yeah, really such a cool way of making art. And she just spray paints it afterwards. After she's done, she spray paints it white to give it a little more contrast, and then sells them all around the world. So it's called the Cat House Gallery. Cat in case anyone's interested in checking it out. All right, this is a little food update. Here we are. My dinner is already prepared from yesterday. I'm sitting at the ferry terminal. I'm gonna be camping here in this forest later on today. Currently I'm just enjoying the sun, sitting here by the water, enjoying the free Wi-Fi as well. It's amazing. Yeah, so what's on dinner tonight? So I cooked it yesterday evening and still leftovers. So I have lentils with raisins, and in there I've put my self-made spice blend out of a lot of different spices that I've whipped up, and yeah, so that's that. Quite tasty. The raisin's a new addition. It's definitely kicking it up a notch from the culinary perspective, and I must say I do enjoy it quite a bit. Yeah, just sitting in the sun, enjoying the nice weather, and sending greetings to all of you. Another cool story to document. Actually, not sure if you could hear that, but there was a bald eagle scream in the background. Just thought I'll be quiet for that. Just enjoy the peaceful nature. That sounds. What I wanted to actually say is I've had a really beautiful experience today. I was on the ferry from Vancouver Island to Denman Island, and there I met a lovely gentleman, Eli, who turns out him and his wife have done a trip with a bike around Europe for their honeymoon, which sounded super fun, so we had something to talk about directly. And then while chatting on the ferry, he mentioned quite casually, oh yeah, I'm going free diving now. I'm like, that sounds intriguing. So I asked him, so yeah, would you take me along? He's like, oh, I'll see if we can make that happen. So then him and his friend ended up taking me along and inviting me to their session of free diving / snorkeling in the Canadian Ocean this time of the year, currently close to approaching May. So it wasn't crazy cold, but that was probably because we had a full-on setup, as you might see in the picture that will come any second after this video, most likely. And yeah, it was very cool to see the underwater world here. I mean, I have some background in diving and snorkeling, so I've seen a lot of beautiful landscapes, but this was truly unique. Underwater landscapes, I mean. And yeah, it was super cool to see what was actually going on there. I mean, there was a lot of algae, kelp, not sure, some form of algae, I believe it is, and a lot of anemones actually. So soft corals in white mostly, covering this big rock. It was super beautiful to see. Yeah, lots of sea stars and a lot of fish swimming around, and then just big waves smashing us around on the surface, which was crazy. Yeah, so truly quite a unique experience, being able to just tag along, go have a little snorkel, and then look out of the water. And we were going in the water at a point called the Eagle's Rock, and for good reason. When we looked up, there was continuously bald eagles circling above us. At one point I checked up and it was just 4 bald eagles above me. It was so cool. Yeah, so an underwater spectacle and above water as well, which I really appreciated. So that's a little story I wanted to share here. Alright, welcome to Hornby Island. I've just discovered this beautiful little house here. It seems to be quite off-grid, and has their own solar, a lot of fruit trees here, bottom right in the garden, directly in the middle of nature. Lots of birds chirping here in the morning. Absolutely beautiful, inspiring to see that. Nice little roadside trail here on Hornby Island, racing around the jungle.
Halliwell Provincial Park sits on a rocky headland forested with a beautiful stand of old-growth Douglas fir. Located on St. John's Point on Hornby Island, the park was a gift to the people of British Columbia from John Halliwell. Spectacular views of marine life, the Strait of Georgia, and the coast mountains can be had from any point along the bluffs. As you explore the park's meandering hiking and walking trails, you will find weather-beaten old-growth Douglas firs and gnarly Gary oaks, as well as flora and fauna which might seem more at home in a desert than in the northwest rainforest.
Here we have a beautiful example of an arbutus tree. These trees only release their seeds after a forest fire. And what makes them so unique in my point of view is their beautiful bark. So the bark starts peeling away and then you're just left with this super smooth texture. As you can see here, it's absolutely amazing. Never seen something like that before. Oh yeah, and if you're wondering how an arbutus tree looks like and it's actually alive and in flower, that's it. Nice little windy morning cycle, saying goodbye to the beautiful Denman Island. Looking at mainland British Columbia. What a treat. Massive mountains in the background. I am currently south of Welcome Beach and I must say it has been very welcoming. I actually cycled through a residential area looking for a nice camping spot because I saw some nice provincial parks by the water that just looked fantastic. And I thought, okay, I'll just go there tonight after staying with some warm shower hosts and actually having a bed for the past 2 nights. I thought, okay, it's time to go out camping again in the wild. And I was thinking, oh, this is a perfect place to do so. Then just before heading to that provincial park that I had my eye on, I actually came past a house with a very, very Dutch name tag and a Dutch flag on the roof, and it was a really, really nice looking house. And I was like, oh, just gonna stop by and ask them if I can actually put my tent up in their garden. And because it's raining tonight, I thought, oh, this might be nice. And it's also just protected. No one will give me trouble for wild camping. So I thought, oh, this is perfect. So I went up there, rang the doorbell, and the people, Wilhelmina and Case, were super, super nice, really inviting. They are actually now putting me up in their garage. I can just put my sleeping pad on the floor, put my sleeping bag on it and be comfortable. So my tent stays dry, I can escape the rain, and they even invited me for dinner tonight, which I'm looking forward to. Now I just hiked down here to the beach access, which is beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to spending a nice dinner with them, having nice chats. Also very, very interesting because Wilhelmina comes from the berry industry, which used to be part of my life for the past 2 years, and Case is actually originally, or has been the past years, in the flower industry, which was also quite in some chats at my last working place, Agri Place. So that is just a fun coincidence, provides lots of good conversation topics. And yeah, just thought I'd give this little update. Life and love are on the loose, so watch out! Here comes the next update, and this one is solely for all the incredible generosity that the Canadian people have brought towards me. It's been absolutely fantastic to see so many people be so open-minded and so generous in giving once they hear the story that I have to tell, that the adventure that I am currently embarking on. It's absolutely incredible. I really could not believe what happened the past weeks, so I'm really, really happy to share this little piece here at the ferry terminal, just about to head towards Vancouver again. I did the last update informing you that I'll be sleeping in the garage of Wilhelmina and Case, and actually turns out that in the middle of the evening, while I was already about to sleep, Wilhelmina comes in the garage and just says, oh, come on, Freddy, you gotta get into the bedroom here. We have a guest room ready for you, so you can sleep inside. And after offering me a beautiful dinner, they even invited me for breakfast this morning, and fared well, really nicely, sent me on my way. And then I had a 2-hour, very rainy, quite steep cycle to make it here to the ferry. I already knew that I'm gonna miss the earlier ferry here, so I just took it very easy, just enjoyed the rain, listened to some music. And I cycled past this cafe, and I knew I had a waiting room here at the ferry that I could be waiting in, but I thought, nice pastry, potentially a coffee, a decaf would be nice to have. So I turned around, went into the cafe, and was greeted by the most incredible generosity I have ever witnessed my whole life. It was absolutely incredible. So I asked the owner, Leslie, how much a double-baked chocolate croissant would be. And unfortunately, the price that he mentioned was quite out of my price range, because things here in and around Vancouver are just really expensive, and my budget for food is super limited. So I told him my budget, and he was super accommodating directly and said, here, you can have this for the price mentioned, which was $5, and even offered me a coffee to it. Then I sat down, enjoyed an absolutely super tasty double-baked chocolate croissant with a little bit of almond filling and almonds on top. It was just divine. And then with a decaf next to it, it was just so tasty, especially being all soaked and relatively cold after this day, even though it was quite uphill. I ended up cycling a lot of downhill to the cafe, so I was a little bit chilly. And then I just started telling my story to some interested people that were sitting around me. They were asking, where are you going to? I told them that I'll be cycling to Argentina. And they were all super interested, had a really lot of lovely chats with the people there. And then the first couple that was about to leave the cafe handed me $5 and were like, here, have a coffee on us. And I was like, oh, wow, right, thank you so much. This is so kind. And the second couple does the same. And then there was a third lovely woman, which was also a traveler. She just came back from Egypt and is about to embark on a journey from Amsterdam to Budapest by ferry or by a boat, and also handed me $5. So people literally gave me cash so that I could buy myself a coffee on the road. And when I was about to pay for the double-baked chocolate croissant and the nice coffee that I had, the owner, Leslie, was super inviting, was like, no, don't worry about it. Here you have a little care package. So I didn't have to pay for my baked goods or my coffee. And he even sent me on my road here today with a little care package of, I think it's a cheddar chive scone, which I just had a bite of. It's absolutely divine. And I think a double baked almond croissant, which I'm super excited to try tonight. So that will get me through the day. I just want to share this beautiful story of Canadian generosity, and I'm super grateful for everything that I've received today.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, so now that I was raging so much about these amazing treats, I thought I might as well show you. Here we have the double baked almond croissant from Moore Bakery in Gibson, BC. So if you're ever around the area, definitely hit up the guys. Andrew and his partner Leslie make just the most amazing treats, and also just super kind people. Alright, so what is highway riding like in the west of Canada? No focus here. Now there we've gained focus again. This is a little highway. This is the shoulder that I have. Here's the mountains. As always, big trucks coming by, and even bigger logging trucks, which is quite scary sometimes, especially if your shoulder is this wide. Yeah. So that's reality of highway riding, which has been my reality for the past weeks. But I must be fully honest, it's not as bad as I thought. Canadians are actually super respectful, and most of the times I'm not scared for my life riding these highways. And I'm actually able to just enjoy the view and make some good miles out here. Oh, we found ourselves in the cave of the lion. Look at this warrior. Such beauties all around. Such intricate details. Love this one. He's missing a leg. I think he's strong enough to compensate though. And there we have the works in progress. Not sure what this is gonna be. Probably something with a bear, looks like. Oof. Here we have a masterpiece in itself. Wow. There's the bear. They say, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lie down. If it's white, good night.